We signed a contract with a major system company for $50,000 a year. We've decided to terminate the contract with your company since your system costs $100,000 annually.
Huh? Wait, it's $50,000 per month, right?
I'm Keiichi Sato. I'm 42. I'm the founder and head engineer of a mid-sized IT firm called Days System. It's from Akihiko Nomura, the director of corporate planning at Doki Doki Corporation. Hello? This is Keiichi. Wait, are you saying you want to end the contract?
Yes, I'm sorry for the sudden notice. We truly appreciate all the years Days System has supported us. But we signed a contract with a major system company for $50,000 a year. So we've decided to terminate the contract with your company since your system costs $100,000 annually.
Hold on a second. You can't just drop something like that on me out of nowhere.
Our management team has changed, you see. These days, profit matters more than idealistic things like environmental consideration. I've earned my reputation by constantly cutting costs, and the new board sees me as their main asset.
But we signed a yearly contract. An early termination could incur penalties. Have you confirmed that?
Of course. Even so, the deal with Janjan System brings us plenty of benefits.
Okay, I'll make sure this entire conversation is recorded. If it comes down to it, we could look into taking legal steps. Is that okay with you?
That's fine by me. Well, the contract with Days System is officially terminated. Please proceed with the cancellation immediately.
I understand. Unbelievable. After all these years of supporting them, they just toss us aside like it meant nothing.
They can dress it up as profit first, but it's still incredibly disrespectful.
Still, how in the world is Janjan System able to provide their services at such a low price? $50,000 a year? That's impossible.
A year? Wait, it's $50,000 per month, right? If it's per year, that's $600,000 annually.
Huh?
I was researching competitors' pricing plans and contract cases. Here's the data.
You're right. I hope Doki Doki Corporation knows what they're doing. At this rate, they're in for serious trouble. 1 week later.
Akihiko, we've got a problem. The invoice from Janjan System arrived, and,
What is it? Why are you freaking out?
look, the billed amount is $50,000 per month. You said $50,000 annually. But if it's monthly, that totals $600,000 each year.
Wait, that can't be right. The contract clearly states $50,000 a year.
Here, take a look at the details in the contract. It clearly mentions $50,000 each month.
What? How's that even possible?
Also, this deal was signed for the basic plan only, correct? Critical features like inventory management and order optimization, essential for Doki Doki Core, are all add-ons. That means additional fees will apply.
Excuse me?
When we reached out, the support line was hard to get through to, and the replies felt straight out of script. They also said individualized help like this would be paid support.
What? How did it come to this? Oh, right. They said we'd get a special price if we signed within the month. The board trusted me because I had delivered on cost cuts before. And I was just determined to meet their expectations. I admit unexpected costs have popped up. But this kind of confusion is common in the early phase of a system migration.
Huh?
Dang, I should have examined the pitch more closely. I admit I rushed that decision. It's a big-name system, so once operations hit their stride, I'm sure the efficiency gains and cost savings will show.
Akihiko, after switching to the new system, the inventory data isn't syncing, and multiple stores are making ordering mistakes. We contacted Janjan System, but they said it's not covered under the basic plan and would require a paid response.
What? But there should have been a manual for handling errors like this.
There is, but it's too complicated for part-time and hourly staff to understand. When we asked for in-person training, they said that would also cost extra.
Excuse me? They didn't say anything about that.
Apparently, it's clearly stated in the contract. After checking, it does say individual training requires additional payment.
Akihiko, what's going on here?
Mr. Naito,
I just got a report from accounting. This pricing structure is completely different from what you told us, and you're telling me that's just the basic plan? Day System offered everything included in their annual contract, plus free installation training and great support.
but this happened because a representative from Janjan System didn't fully explain the details.
That just sounds like an excuse to me. Weren't you the one who failed to confirm it?
People on the grounds are complaining about Janjan System's service. According to them, it's overloaded with buttons and inefficient. They say Day Systems version was clearer and easier to use. Operations are suffering, and customers are already complaining about delayed deliveries.
If this keeps up, it'll become a company-wide trust issue. We've got to review this contract immediately. Guess we'll have to go directly to Janjan System and talk to them.
Then I'll go. There are some things I need to confirm too.
Alright. You better handle it well this time.
While the problem was occurring at Doki Doki Corporation,
I have to say, I was amazed by your system. It reduces on-site workload while staying environmentally friendly. We heard great things about it through word of mouth, and we'd really like to work with you.
I appreciate it. It truly makes me happy to see more clients who share our values.
We'll be in touch again soon.
This is incredible, Keiichi. Your longtime company philosophy is finally taking form and driving true growth. This fills the hole left by losing Doki Doki Core.
If anything, it might have been a blessing in disguise. We used to devote a lot of resources to Doki Doki Corporation, but now we can focus on other projects. That's allowed us to set fair pricing too.
You're right.
Now's the real test. For our partners and for everyone in our company, we've got to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Keiichi's always so devoted to his work. That's one of the things I love about him. But it doesn't look like there's any room for me to slip into his personal life right now.
A few days later, Akihiko finally secured an appointment with Janjan System and sat down with their representative, Miss Ida.
I'd like to request a review of the contract. We've been having non-stop issues internally, and at this rate...
Mr. Nomura, as I've explained before, the contract clearly states a minimum term of 3 years. If you cancel early, there will be a penalty fee. The current year's payment is also listed as an annual lump sum prepayment in the contract. Since the billing date has already been set, we actually need you to complete the payment process within a week.
But surely, our contract with your company must be a major account for you as well, considering your brand image and the influence on the other clients. Letting this situation continue isn't in your best interest, wouldn't you agree? There must be some room for adjustment.
We treat all our clients equally. At the time of signing, we clearly explain the pricing structure, optional features, and support scope in full detail. Everything is specified in the contract. There are no hidden fees or unfair conditions. You confirmed your understanding at that meeting, didn't you? We also explained the penalties and payment terms to you. Am I correct?
Yes, you did, but the print in the contract was so small that the important conditions weren't very noticeable. And I hate to say this, but Miss Ida, your explanation gave the impression that the price was annually, not monthly.
I see. So that was your impression. However, in reality, many other companies are using our system without any trouble. They value our big company security, advanced features, and long-term reliability. So could it be that the true issue is found in your company's management and decision-making processes? In any case, we'll continue to fulfill our obligations in good faith, strictly in accordance with the contract. We hope your company will also consider implementing improvements that fit your on-site operations.
So they did explain everything. I was in such a rush that I didn't pay attention and forgot to double check. This mess is entirely my fault. And there's still the penalty owed by Day Systems. Now I'm stuck dealing with both at once.
Akihiko, we have a problem. The system's down again. The order data cut off halfway. And we're getting flooded with calls from the stores.
Another error?
We've even gotten complaints from our partners. They're saying if deliveries keep getting delayed, they'll reconsider their contracts.
Why does this keep happening? Who was it that bragged about this being the most advanced system from a major company?
This is definitely the latest system. But the structure is completely different from what we used before. And the staff on site just can't keep up. There's no flaw in the system itself. But the part-timers and hourly workers can't understand how to use it. Even when they apply for training, the available dates are always booked out and keep getting pushed back. In the end, the stores have no choice but to figure it out on their own.
So is this what happens when we trust your so-called track record? How do you plan to take responsibility for this chaos?
Why is there so much confusion? What makes Day's system setup so different? Day's system's interface was intuitive. Even part-timers could use it right away. That's why it eased the burden on everyone working in the field.
So that's the difference.
Recently, a lot more stores have begun to offer fresh produce, but Day's system had something special. Like a system that linked local farmers and suppliers directly.
So in the end, you were just chasing brand names and ignoring the reality on the ground, huh? I have to admit, trusting you with this was a mistake, Akihiko.
Please wait, I still have an idea. Darn it, I've got to come up with a way to turn this around somehow.
Just then, a major shift hit the entire industry. The government announced stricter environmental standards for retailers. And companies using systems that couldn't handle waste reduction or CO2 tracking would face audits. And possibly even suspension of trade.
Akihiko, we need to comply with the new environmental standards. But Janjan's system doesn't have automatic waste analysis. At this rate, we won't meet the requirements. We could fail the audit.
What? But I believe Day's systems platform included waste reduction measures, right?
Yes, it automatically adjusted order quantities based on sales trends and weather data. So its design philosophy naturally supported environmental sustainability. But the current system can't handle that level of detailed analysis.
We prioritized profit over the environment, and now it's coming back to bite us.
Keiichi, the new environmental regulations just became official across the industry. Systems must now be able to quantify both waste reduction and CO2 savings.
I knew it was coming. Our system's already compliant, but I wonder about the others.
Big firms may have powerful systems, but they're usually weak when it comes to eco-friendly design. That means Doki Doki Core, the one that switched to Janjan's system, is in serious trouble now. Akihiko has a 10 o'clock appointment today. Could it be that he wants to talk about this?
It's been a while, Akihiko.
I have to apologize for my behavior last time. Our company is really struggling right now. Janjan's system is still working on updates to meet the new environmental standards, but in the meantime, our stores and partners are in complete disarray. We truly need your system back. Please, will you consider signing with us again?
Akihiko, I understand how you feel, but that's not possible.
Why not? We've realized your system is superior in both price and performance.
I sincerely apologize for how we treated you before. Please, I'm begging you.
Akihiko, your company is still under contract with Janjan System. Given the long-term agreement, the hefty penalty clause worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the need for annual prepayments, we can't really get involved.
Besides, we're already fully booked with new projects from other clients. We simply don't have the capacity to allocate resources to Doki Doki Corporation anymore.
Are you kidding me?
The only reason we had such a low price earlier was that we connected with Mr. Shirosaki, the former CEO, and his dedication to eco-friendly management. But Doki Doki Corporation's philosophy has shifted. When profit comes first and the environment comes second, that's no longer aligned with our values. Even if we were to consider renewing the contract under these circumstances, it wouldn't be under the special conditions from before. It would be at our standard rate. Would that still be acceptable?
Standard rate? How much are we talking about?
$500,000 per year.
500,000? That's absurd. Why would anyone pay that kind of money to a mid-sized company like yours?
It's the truth. We're already signing contracts with major corporations and even local governments. They didn't choose us for brand prestige, but for tangible results, such as waste reduction rates, supply chain stability, and full compliance with environmental standards. Considering all that, they judge $500,000 per year to be completely fair.
In other words, Akihiko, being blinded by low prices, you lost sight of what truly mattered.
Big corporations certainly have their strengths, like cutting-edge infrastructure, high functionality, and product stability. I don't deny that. But when it comes to careful attention, on-site support, and systems tailored to each client's needs, that's where smaller companies like ours truly excel. You focused only on scale and cost, and in doing so, you lost the real value you needed. That's why you're in this situation now. When you cut us off, you didn't just end a contract. You severed the trust that came with it. That's not something you can regain easily.
So it looks like we can't terminate the contract with Janjan System. We can't renew with Day's System. And we're still facing unpaid penalties. This has really hit us hard. I can't tolerate this any longer.
I can't believe my brilliant track record is gone.
After being demoted and transferred to a remote branch, Akihiko was eventually abandoned by his family. Spending his nights drinking alone and muttering bitter regrets.
I used to be a department head, you know? They once said I saved the company.
But Doki Doki Corporation's disregard for environmental responsibility has quickly cost them public support. Their overpriced, long-term contract with Janjan System can't be broken. And Doki Doki Corporation's management is only sinking deeper into trouble.
I ended up trampling over Mr. Shirosaki's ideals with my own hands.
On the other hand, as for us,
Wait, dinner? Tomorrow? Is this about discussing information for our next client meeting? I'll prepare the documents right away.
not this time. No work today, Nagisa. I just wanted to thank you for always being there for me.
Really? Oh no, I'm so excited. I might not be able to sleep tonight.